Pure oils that comes as amber, oud, and musk, and also we have other mixtures of flowers, roses, mosks, and plus we have also the agar wood, which is we call it the oud, which is that's coming from tropical countries like Cambodia, India, and we have different types of agar wood, and in Arabic it's oud, and the translation in English it means stick, and each one of those has concentration of oil in it that we extract out of it in our factories in Saudi Arabia, and then we end up having this, which is the oud oil. So
Wow.
it comes in different types, and the one I have in one
I'd love to smell that.
Yeah, you can smell it. Actually, the best way to smell it is to put it on your skin, because
What if I don't like it? What if it's just right? Okay.
well, you're gonna like it anyway, because it's one of my
So
favorites.
I don't like it. All right. Wow.
So this is like a pure oud, it's called aged Cambodian oud.
Because you know every perfume company has a oud fragrance.
Yes.
And a lot of times they smell medicinal and malic.
Yes.
This is the real
The
deal.
real,
here.
this is the real. It actually calls aged Cambodian oud, which and in Arabic mu'attak. That means has been staying there for a long time until we bring it out to the market.
Yeah, show them what it looks like. The
And the oud itself that is coming from is this is the oud, and you can see how really the lines of the oud here are the lines, and these all these black lines are oils that is extracted from this to get to this. And when you rub it, in each skin has different smell because of different of the pH of each person. So it smells on him differently, gonna smell different on
Wow.
me and other person. And it has really nice sweet
it's warm.
and woody, warm. It's great for the winter time. Create beautiful aroma within your body.
How
And-
long does this little drop like that last?
So what about they call them sola.
Get to all of them.
So we got 3 milliliter, 6 milliliter, and 12 milliliter. So this one will last you like really, if you are really just being normal, modest, around 6 months. Just a little bit.
I meant in terms of wear, like if you put that
For,
little dot.
for at least 2 days, 3 days. That
2 days.
Can last
Now
your
that's
clothes.
longevity. You hear that?
So,
2 days.
can last your clothes, smell of it.
Wow.
If you really like, I would say at least, let's say, you're gonna stay strong the day. In 2 days, definitely you're gonna stay in your clothes. Gonna smell it. You're gonna go home. Like, oh, I still smell good. That's really the secret of the oil.
I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, for giving me the spirit to do this video. This lesson is going into understanding when you read about aloes wood, okay, throughout the scriptures and what it's talking about, okay. Today's term is called agar wood, which is oud oil. They make oil and perfume they call oud. You do your research on oud, that's what it comes from, aloes wood, okay. Very rich, perfumey wood that is rich with oils and very, very expensive, man. The wood by itself is expensive, which they burn on charcoal and different things of that nature, or they make it to oil and they sell it, and that's very, very expensive. Either way, it's very hard to afford, okay. Now, yeah, if you spend like $50, you get a couple pieces, but I mean, that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? And then even with that, they're going to give you the less rich oil woods, okay, with the word oud attached to it. So you're getting okay wood, but they got the wood that's very, very rich with the oils. So they're hoarding it, man, especially in the Middle East, okay, because that's where those trees are at, all right? So in the scriptures, Yahawashi was buried with these aloes wood, aka agar wood, aka oud, all right? So let's start at John 19, verse 38. And after this, Joseph of Arimathea, being a disciple of Yahawashi, but secretly feared of the Jews, besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Yahawashi. So this is after Yahawashi got crucified, okay? And he was seeking to get the body to have a proper burial, all right? And Pilate gave him leave, and he came therefore and took the body of Yahawashi. And there came also Nicodemus, which at the first came to Yahawashi by night, and brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes. You hear that? A mixture of myrrh and aloes about 100-pound weight. Let's go into aloes in the blue letter.
Strong's G 250. Alae. Alae.
It says aloes. But when you read under it says, this is the name of an aromatic tree, okay, very strong and perfuming, all right, which grows in eastern India and Cochin China, whose soft and bitter wood the Orientals use in fumigation and embalming the dead. You hear that? So let's go back to the scriptures. And they said it was 100-pound weight. That's a lot, all right. John 19, verse 40. Then took the body of Yahawashi and wound it in the linen clothes with the spices, with the myrrh and the aloes wood, okay, aka also known in this time, agar wood, oud, which they make oud out of it, referring to the oil that you buy, the perfume, all right, as the manner of the Jews is to bury it. You hear that? So Yahawashi was buried with that wood, man. Different aloes wood, okay, agar wood, oud, that in today's time, man, they hoard it in the Middle East around the world, and they make it tremendously high, man. Like I said earlier, man. Okay, there's a lot of things we don't know when it comes to different spices and herbs and resins and wood. Like, you know, in this church in Dallas, you know, we're very heavy on coming out with the spices, frankincense and myrrh, and tying into the scriptures and the meaning and different things in the spirit and the benefits, the medicinal purposes. Okay, all those things, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's go to Psalms 104 and 16. Hit this real quick. The trees of the Lord are full of sap, the cedars of Lebanon, which he hath planted. Okay, so like I said, we go into the frankincense, myrrh, dragon's blood, copal, you know, all kinds of sap. You know, now the aloes wood has sap in it too, you know, rich oils in it, but a lot of it used the wood, man. A lot of the oils is in the wood, and that's what's mostly used around the world. The wood chips of it, okay, that has the oil inside of it. All right, let's go into agarwood in Wikipedia on Google. Agarwood, aloes wood, you see? So it gives you both terms. It gives you the modern day term, which is agarwood or agarwood, and it gives you the ancient term, which is aloes wood, so you can understand. And it says is a fragrant, dark, resinous wood used in incense, perfume, and small carvings. It is formed in the hardwood of Aquilera trees when they become infected with a type of mold. Now they say infection when really it's just after they break the wood down in the chips and sit it for a little bit, okay, it starts to come very resinous. The oils start to really get very potent. They break it down as an infection. Ain't no infection, you know. So it says prior to infection, the hardwood is odorless, relatively light and pale colored. However, as the infection progresses, okay, I hate they say that, but whatever. The trees produces a dark aromatic resin, okay, called aloes or agar, as well as kahuri, ginkgo, oud, okay, which I said oud. That's when they call it after they break it down to the oil, and they call it oud. You see? So I'll stop there. You get the point. Now I'm going to hit a couple scriptures that brings up the aloes wood, okay? So now when you read it, like I said, you can visualize it and see what it is, man, and what it is today, and how rich of a wood it is. Let's go to Psalm chapter 45, verse 8. All thy garments smell of myrrh and aloes, you see, and cassia, which is a real spicy cinnamon, out of the ivory places whereby he had made thee glad. You see that? King David spoke of it. Let's go to Proverbs 7, verse 17. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh and aloes. You see, so it's known as a perfume, even according to the scriptures. Okay, they make that wood into a perfume, which you'll see. Now, when I get done with this lesson, I'll put the video at the end to end it of a plantation where they have these different aloe trees, and and they actually make the oud oil out of it, for perfumes and different things, man, to burn, etc. Okay, so it says, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh and aloes and cinnamon. All right. When you go to Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 14, let's read it. Spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloes with all the chief spices. Right, with all the chief spices. So that's known as a chief spice, the aloes woods. Okay, and it's still known as that today. Same as frankincense. When you look at royal green, different kind of frankincense, myrrh is known as the chief spices even to this day. Okay, but like I said, like I read earlier, Yahawashi was buried with myrrh and aloes. Okay, for a reason, because it's very, very aromatic. Okay, perfumey, medicinal, etc. Man, pure. All right. From there, let's go to Numbers chapter 24, starting at verse 5. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of lyme aloes, which the Lord hath planted, and as cedar trees besides the water. So now you know, when you read aloes, you know what it's talking about, and you can tie it to the day's time. You know, wasn't going to be a long lesson, but I want to shed some light on this because it's interesting, you know, to get into these things, and also to know that Yahawashi was buried with it. You know, when you go to different videos and understand it and do your research, you see why he was buried with it, man. Okay, because the world is going crazy over this wood, man, and it's very, very expensive, man. You might go on Google or whatever, or Amazon, and type it in, man. You might see a couple pounds of agar wood from different parts of the world, and it might say $50,000 or $100,000. Yeah, it's that crazy. Okay. Now, with that being said, you know, I've used like Tom Ford oud wood, different oud perfumes, Joe Malone that have a red velvet and oud, that they have real oud oil in it as a base in a mixture, and it's supposed to be real oud oils, you know, and it smells very good, man. But for example, the Tom Ford oud wood, it's like almost $300, depending on what size. Some is $800. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very expensive, but very strong and good. I've even got a sample of it and used it. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a video at the end to check out. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your Achamak that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Hi, my name is Suhan Beck, and it is my honor to invite you to explore the wonderful miracles of agarwood at this plantation in the heart of Vietnam. The fragrant essence of agarwood, or commonly known as oud in many parts of the world, has always been one of the most sought after and demanded essence oils, especially in the Middle East. And now, the West is just waking up to discover the mystical charms of the agarwood that we've known for thousands of years. However, the true miracle of oud is how it grows naturally and how it actually gets processed into the essence oil. And another miracle of the agarwood trees is that it takes a very special someone, a spiritual someone, to grow the best of the quality of trees. It's very well known that one does not choose the agarwood trees, but the agarwood trees choose you. This is where the processing takes place. And this is a very secretive and proprietary industry. So we are very lucky today to be able to just take a glimpse of what happens to get the agarwood trees to become that oud that we all yearn for. Come on and join me.
As the material coming in, the factory, we load down here. And then we let it dry in the shade for maybe an hour, a day or two, to take out about 60%, 40% moisture, and then we chop it down to a smaller portion. And then we take this grinded powder, we're going to soak in the water.
At which point they will be stored in these barrels anywhere between 20 to 60 days based on customer demand. For example, the Kuwaiti market likes a more light, subtle fragrance and aroma, whereas the Saudi market likes a more deeper, rich, longer lasting effect. Then they load into the boiler with a complex system of air moving through chambers in order to keep the temperature constant. The condensation unit helps vaporize and separate the oil in 3 different stages from the remaining fluids. Meanwhile, the purified water is recycled back and can be used for many other purposes, such as cleansers and cosmetics usages. That is called hydrosol and is considered to be excellent in pure diluted form. Now, the extracted remainders are piled separately and available for the incense and bukhur industries who come and purchase in bulk. The whole system at this plant is eco-conscious. They use a densely compacted, renewable source of energy, which is rice hulls. Now that's innovation. Not the coal, not the toxic fuel sources. What's amazing is that the smell of this factory is incredible. Of the 17 species of agarwood trees, only a few carry the best and the most potent of properties that are in such critical demand, which of course can drive prices anywhere from a few $100s per kilo to over $50,000 per kilo. And that's why so many pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies try to synthetically recreate that aroma. But they haven't been able to do that. And the reason is that the smell, the complexity, the layers of the oud fragrance is so complex that it just proved not to be cost effective.
Well, quality has to be from the beginning where the tree is. The inoculation process is so important. That could determine, plus the land itself, the location itself, is determining the smell, the quality of the agarwood. And the solid will be used for different things. And the remaining liquid is for perfume.
Agarwood remains pure to its origin and its innate mystery. For those lucky enough to experience the sacred scent of heaven, remember, the miracles of nature reside not just in the nature and the herbs around us,